That is one earworm of a song. How about it? Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming. How y'all doing? All right. I love that. Welcome to Screen Test Student Fest, our international competition, international high school competition. It's the last of our three events. Last night we had our local fest featuring the best of the films from students from the Chicagoland area. This afternoon we had Screen Test Junior showing films by students in K through 8, and tonight we are showing the best of the best. It is Screen Test International. We've got movies from all over the world. We got people in our video waiting room ready to talk to us online, and we have a couple of the filmmakers here tonight to talk to us live in person. So whoops, sorry about that. My name is Rob Palekis. I'm the coordinator of the festival. I used to work here. I don't anymore. I did retire, but they brought me back, which I'm so happy. I'm so happy to be back here working with the Village of Schaumburg and the Prairie Center to put on this festival. It's our 19th year. How about it? That is pretty awesome. So it's next year we're going to celebrate a big 20th anniversary, and hopefully we'll have some fun stuff planned. We've got 10 movies to show you tonight. After each film, we'll talk to the director, and then after that, keep an eye on these films. We'll also have a pretty sizable YouTube audience. Keep an eye on all the films. Pay close attention because you are going to have an opportunity to vote for your favorite film. So do that, and we'll have an audience vote, and then we give away some more prizes. So are you ready to start? Yeah. All right, let's do it. Our first film. Austin, are you here? All right, sweet. Our first filmmaker is from the area. He won Best in Show last night at our local film festival. So we are happy to bring him back and include him in the international competition because it is certainly a worthwhile film. It is called The Halliway by Austin Blumberg. It is a really touching, wonderful nonfiction film. So let's take a look at it, and then we'll bring Austin up and talk to him in a bit. All right, thanks. Here we go.
She was a friend to so many people. She really was. She helped the underdog. I've got countless stories on how she really wanted to make other people smile, and she always looked out for others before herself.
Hallie was everything to me. She was really everything to everyone who knew her. She was funny, silly, smart, sarcastic. She had huge goals in life, and she was going to stop at nothing to achieve those goals.
Hallie was my childhood best friend, and in so many ways she was my only sibling, my sister. She just had the type of personality that you couldn't help but want to be around.
Ever since she was a little girl, she was always trying to fix people if they didn't feel well, and that was her dream, was to be the best friend, the best doctor. Anyone who knew her was forever in her life.
It's refreshing to see a style of life that Hallie lived where it brings people together instead of tearing people apart. Those are just such key principles to living life, especially in this era.
Hallie 225 actually, in my mind, started when Hallie was sick. And we talked about when Hallie was going to get better, we were going to do something for others.
Hallie was born on 2/25, at 2:25 p.m., and she lived 2/25. We wanted to try to find ways to help people that have academic needs and medical needs, and we understand, obviously, firsthand how costly treatment can be, so we want to try to alleviate any stress or any of that financial strain on a family.
Being able to see Hallie's goals and aspirations still take form in the foundation while she's no longer here It's truly something inspiring.
The foundation really channels all these things that were very important to Hallie. So kindness, compassion, courage, optimism, those four things lead to living life the Hallie way.
Later in life, when she was a biology major at Texas, there was actually a Snapchat of her in the shower, and she put one of her study books up against the glass, and her caption was, "Never waste a minute."
Everyone at some point in their life feels ish. So whether you're happy-ish, sad-ish, confused-ish, we're all feeling ish.
And what we really try to do with that campaign through our merch is channel that into putting different emotions on your sleeves, and it's okay to not be okay.
You're dealing with loss or any sort of hardship in life, to know that it's okay to feel ish, whatever that ish may be.
We have been fortunate enough to meet some really incredible humans. People we never would have met or known, which is something that makes it really dear to my heart. These are people that Hallie would have wanted to help. Everything from people going to medical school, people who would be the first person in their family to have the opportunity to go to college, being able to help them make their dream come true.
And we're finding ways to give back, and that's really been the most important ingredient in this entire charity, is writing checks and bringing smiles to people's faces.
Obviously, I hope Hallie 225 to the moon. I really hope that Hallie 225-ish, etc., are different things that people can really resonate with. The message behind Hallie's story is painful and heartbreaking, but it's also so inspiring what we have accomplished in such short amount of time.
We have formed something unbelievably special, and we're able to help others, and every time we write a check, brings a smile to my face. I hear Hallie saying how happy she is. I know that she's smiling, and that's really what we need to live for, is finding ways to honor Hallie, give back to others, and just try to do good in the world.
If every person who comes across Hallie 225 adopts the Hallie way of life, the world will be a kinder place. The world will be a funnier place. It will be a more inclusive place. Hallie saw no boundaries. She felt that finding a way to help others was limitless, and where there's a will, there's a way, and she was going to find a way to do it.
All right. Austin, please come on up. And while Austin is approaching the podium, I do want to say that we do have a live YouTube feed, and we encourage people watching on YouTube to ask questions in the comments, and we'll ask them to our filmmakers. So, oh, I gotta mute this. I hear myself talking. That's not a good thing. Pardon me. Live television. Here we go. Hey, Austin.
Hey,
welcome back.
thank you.
Is your
Mic's not on.
mic's not on? Got the red mic? Try it again.
Thanks for having me.
There we go.
There we go.
So last night you won Best in Show, a $300 prize. Then my first question is, did you spend it yet?
I have not.
Good. Okay, then your parents raised you right. So thank you so much for that. And thank you for kicking off this evening with a really wonderful and inspirational film. And we talked a little bit about this yesterday. Can you let the audience know how you came to make the Hallie Way?
Yeah, so as I explained yesterday, I go to Deerfield High School, and every year we put on a 3-week fundraiser where we raise as much money as we can in those 3 weeks throughout the entire community. There's food sales, different events, and we just try to do good in the world. So this year we selected Hallie 225. Haley went to Deerfield High School. She graduated in 2016. So like it really hit hard, especially with a lot of people in the community. So right before this year, right before the school year started, I reached out to them, and then I started this process in about September.
And so you started in September. How long did it take you to turn this around?
Just under 2 months. So I did all the interviews in like 2 weekends, and then it was just editing from there and revising and editing.
And we talked a little bit about you know, it's was this did the family think twice about having this made, or were they active participants in your film?
Active 100%. They got me every single interview. They told me where they can do it. They gave me a bunch of different options, and I think I had the whole thing from the time I sent the email to the time it was all planned out within a couple of hours. It was great.
I have a question. You don't really have formal training in making nonfiction film, do you?
So it's my third year within like the film program over at Deerfield. I'm one of the producers now for it, so I'm helping like the first year students learn. But we learned from like the producers my freshman year, my sophomore year, and then going to this kind of just that training from those 2 years.
So what are some of the tricks of the trade that you learned in actually compiling, you know, a vast amount of interviews into a short film?
So in the first thing is like when you're writing the questions, you have to kind of think of like, what is the theme? You don't want to ask a bunch of different questions. Like, what is the beginning, middle, and end? Have that like ready all along. And then when it comes to actually editing it, I use Otter AI, a transcribing program, and I just put all the interviews into it. I record them, I print out the transcripts, and then I look for what was that beginning I had an idea of. I look through where can I put it in. So do I look at the dad, mom, friend, and then I kind of just compile the story from there.
Do you anticipate what the answer is going to be, or is it, you know, do you plan follow-up questions, or are you a little more organic in talking with your subjects?
So I have like exact questions that I ask. So I had, I think, like 13 questions. It's like, who is Haley to you? What is Haley 225? What's impact? But then like if they say something and I find that really interesting, I'll ask a follow-up question. But I do my best to kind of stick with that script of questions. That way I'm not like spending a lot of their time asking follow-up questions, and it kind of just follows that script that I originally came up with.
The people we see on the camera in the interviews are, I mean, they're instantly likable people.
Yeah.
Is this any work on your behalf, or do you think they just naturally were just natural subjects for this sort of thing?
Oh, natural, 100%. Especially the parents. What's actually kind of interesting is with Haley's illness, her mom actually is now blind. It brought down an autoimmune disorder. So I was a little bit worried about that going into the interview, but she was all good with it. We helped her out, and it went really well. They were all super friendly and willing to do it.
Wow. So you really didn't have any problem getting them to talk?
No, not at all.
Have you in your you know, your short career with other people have had any issues, and how do you get people to open up? And does it take time? Do you ask some kind of simple opener questions that aren't really pertaining to the story just to get them to warm up a little bit?
So this is the first story that I've done that follows like a super hard message. So like the other ones have been like super light, like a car club or the theater, but especially with the theater, it was a lot of like high schoolers, people that aren't like natural speakers. So it'd be like more of like, what is the theater, stuff that they know originally, and then I can go into harder questions. And especially with the documentary I just finished, we went into some hard questions that were harder to answer. And we put those by the end of the interview. That way we already built trust with the interviewee, and then they could then answer the questions to the best of their abilities.
And this is clearly it's an emotional topic,
It
you know,
is.
and it's very powerful. And what kind of precautions do you think you took to make sure that everyone was comfortable in this situation?
And the biggest thing is just give them time and patience. Don't like expect an answer right away. Especially with her mom, I had to wait like, when I asked like, who was Haley to you, I wasn't getting an answer immediately. Obviously it's gonna bring back some tears, so you just have to be patient, and then eventually you will get the answer you're looking for. You're just gonna have to do a lot of cutting, and then, yeah.
Did you like this kind of interview? I mean, you know, there's some documentaries that are still, you know, easy, probably more kind of safe sort of territories to walk. You know, this might be a little more difficult because of the emotional impact. How did this compare to other projects?
So a lot of my projects are all different, but like if you keep your projects and everything safe, you're not gonna really explore what you want to explore and get into that like deep message. I think you have to be willing to take risks as a filmmaker, and especially with this, I thought it was a lot more fun to do because I was able to learn more about Hallie. I knew very little about her,
Right.
and by the end of this, I feel like I knew her all along. I know the story and exactly why they created it for what they
And I
did.
think your film does that too.
Yeah, it does.
We get to know her very well.
That was
as
one of
well
my
as-
goals.
Along with the family. Let me see. I think we have time for a question in the audience. Does anyone have anything for Austin? Yes. There's a question that someone said there are elephants. If there's any theme, any kind of significance to that.
Yeah, great question. So Hallie actually loved elephants. That was her favorite animal. She spent some time, I don't remember where she was, but in another country with elephants, and that's kind of just like the face of Hallie 225.
Great. Well, Austin, thank you so much.
Thank
you
you.
for coming back. It's a wonderful film, and what a great way to kick off the evening. So thanks so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, we are off to a great start, and we are moving on to our next film. It is called Tree of Life. It is from Jana Bedic, if I hope I pronounced that right. She is from Kutina, Croatia, and I believe she's online waiting to talk to us after we show this beautiful film. So here is Tree of Life.
How deep is your love? Is it like the ocean? How deep is your love? Open up my eyes and tell me who I am. Let me in on all your secrets. I believe in you. You're the light in my deepest, darkest hour.
welcome back. Yana, are you there? Whoops, we can't hear her yet. Say something again.
I'm here.
You are there. How are you?
Sleepy.
Sleepy. Yeah. What time is it there?
2 a.m.
2 a.m. I'll try to keep this as exciting as possible for you.
Okay. Okay.
Congratulations on this film. It's a beautiful.
Thank you very much.
It's a beautiful, beautiful movie. Can you tell
Yeah.
us? Can you tell us a little bit how this came about and what you were trying to create here?
Well, probably the inspiration that connects the most to the movie is the Moses and the fire bush, because in the middle of the film, it is the fire bush. The kids are standing in front of it. I see you, you see me. That is connected to that. That was our inspiration.
How very interesting. Did you write a script, or is this kind of you just wrote a treatment for it? Just a little bit of a kind of description of what you wanted to do.
No, it just popped up
It
in
just
our
popped up.
heads.
And,
Yes.
And you know the footage is so beautiful. The shots are so beautiful.
Yes.
Is it? Did you? I mean, do you wait for the right weather, the right sunlight, the right conditions to do this, or do you just shoot whenever you're able to?
Whenever we're able to, actually, because we can't film when it is stormy or cloudy, because we were afraid that it couldn't be seen on the camera. So we used sunny days.
And it's Croatia is beautiful. I've been there, so that helps
Yes.
a lot. Did you set fire to a tree?
No.
Good. Thank you for
No.
not doing that. How did you create the fire effect?
We used a filter. We used it in a program, Adobe Premiere, that we worked on two programs. The color filter was on DaVinci program. Those two
Yep.
are not the same.
So it is a Premiere filter that you used for it.
Yes.
Wow, it looks fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, it looks great. And so when all the young people are approaching the tree at the end, tell us a little bit of what you're trying to symbolize, what you're trying to tell us here when they start kind of touching it and becoming really close to it.
That the kids are probably afraid. They want to go to another dimension because the cut down tree means that we are damaging ecosystem and nature.
Oh, wow. Okay. Tell us a little bit about the class in which you shot this, and tell us a little bit about your teacher, whom I got to know in the past couple of years.
Oh, yes, he's our technical education teacher in school. I've been in the group since the 5th grade, so I know kind of with cameras. I know how to work with them.
And
I'm still learning to edit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how old are you?
13.
You're 13. You're very young.
Yep. Yes, I know. I'm aware of that.
You're very good, and you're just so good at what you do. Did you watch any other films to inspire you, or did you look for a certain style?
No.
No, you just did this on your own.
No. Yeah.
That's amazing. That
Thank
really
you.
is. Let me see if we have any questions from the people here. Does anyone have any questions? Yeah, there's one question here. I'm going to repeat the question for our people watching online. So go ahead. Oh, yes, thank you. Tell us about the music. Where's it from?
We tried to place our soundtrack. We didn't want to copy anyone. For the rights of the creators, we didn't want to underestimate them or do anything bad, so we made our soundtrack.
You created the music?
Yes.
Yeah, there's applause going on. What did you use to create it?
We yes, actually we didn't really do that, but yes, it's not copied, okay?
Yeah, it's not. It's
copied.
It's original to the movie.
Yes, it's
Wow.
new.
Okay, it's beautiful. I think I saw another hand up. Does someone else have a question? Yes, no? I think we're good. Yana, congratulations. I think this is a beautiful
you.
film. Is this your first movie?
Yes,
Will you be making more?
yes.
What kind of films would you like to make?
I don't know, documentary,
Yeah.
maybe more
Well-
experimental.
More experimentals.
Yes.
What? Yeah, I think you're off to a fantastic start.
Thank you.
You're really wonderful, and thank you for staying up past your bedtime to talk to us.
Oh boy, I will be tired.
All right. Well, I hope you get some rest. Thank you, Yana.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye. Isn't that great? That's amazing what we're getting from students these days. We're going from Croatia now off to England, and we have a filmmaker, Dylan Kusk, who made his short "Past in Motion," and it's another fascinating, beautifully shot piece. So let's take a look at it. We'll talk to Dylan after "Past in Motion." Here we go.
You still got the Volvo?
Yeah, why?
I mean, I'm just wondering if it's finally given up. That thing's like 30 years old.
It still works like it's brand new.
Oh yeah? So you fixed the heater?
No, I don't need it. I'll wear a coat.
Or, here's an idea. Just fix the heater. I mean, it's unbelievable. You're a mechanic who can't even fix his own car.
I think it's just because you've always been soft.
Yeah, well, some of us like being warm. Hey, so, I've got some news.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I got a new job.
Really? That's good.
Yeah, it's a big change. I'm moving to Berlin.
Berlin, huh?
You don't sound too happy.
I mean, what do you expect me to fucking say?
I don't know. That sounds like you actually give a shit.
Why is it always this? Well, you leave me behind. You expect me to be over the moon about it. That's bullshit.
I'm not leaving you behind, Ryan. I'm not perfect, okay? I've been through the same things you have. But I can't just keep letting our past affect me from achieving anything. Listen, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Don't give me that. You always say you're fine. I'm your brother. You can talk to me.
Instead, I'm fucking fine. Can you just drop it?
You're not fine. You've been stuck in that same garage for the last 2 years.
Maybe, just maybe, I like it here.
No one likes being stuck, Ryan. It's shit. You've just gotten used to it.
What, and you think running to fucking Berlin fixes everything?
No, it doesn't. But it's a start. And maybe, if you pulled your head out your ass for long enough, you'd see you've got choices too. Look, Ryan, I know you've been through a lot. But you just gotta move on. You should come and visit sometime. I'm here for you, okay?
Bye, Mark.
Ryan, please, just look after yourself.
Must be done with the place. Who are you? Why do you look like me? Really switched it up over the last couple of years. Hey! What's going on? You're not where you think you are. What do you mean? Ryan, you had an accident. Accident? What are you talking about? Who the fuck are you? You're in a coma. Coma. Hey! Let me out! Why do you think you're here, Ryan? I don't understand. I was just on the phone with my brother. That phone call happened 2 months ago. What do you mean? Why weren't you happy for him? Why did you react like that? You're letting your fear control you. What fear? Mark's abandoning me. Why would he stay? After all that happened, why do you stay? This is a cycle you keep repeating. Your fear turns into anger, and your anger turns into hate. When your brother told you you got a new job, you overthought, you got scared. With his fear, you lashed out, questioning his motives, saying he abandoned you. But I don't hate him. He was the only one who took care of me. He raised me. No, you don't hate him. Neither were you really angry or afraid of him. You're afraid of change, Ryan. More than that, you're afraid of yourself. That's what fear does. It allows you to be comfortably miserable. He invited you to go see him, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Just go see him.
Maybe.
Why not? Do you want to keep hiding here for the rest of your life, or do you want to actually live?
Well, I mean, I've never been outside the country and I don't intend to leave.
Ryan, do you remember a couple of years ago, and one day you finally worked up the courage to fight back against one of Dad's little drunken sessions?
Yeah.
You grabbed the knife to defend yourself, and you accidentally sliced his index finger clean off.
What is this? What are you doing?
Then you called the police. You ran away before he came, and you never saw him again. Ryan, what I'm saying is sometimes, no matter how much it hurts, you need to slice a little bit of yourself off so you can move on. So, let me ask you one simple question. What do you want? What do you really want? Because I know you don't want to be a mechanic here for the rest of your life. You definitely don't want to keep pushing people away, pretending like it's going to solve all your problems. So, what is it that you want? I want to achieve more for myself. But I'm too afraid to go get it. I'm too afraid to even see what it looked like.
Can you hear me, Ryan?
You're not the problem, Ryan. You're just made to believe
An
that you
accident.
are. There's a million different people you can be
But-
and decisions you can make.
Gonna be okay.
But the things you've been through were done to you and not because of you. But you couldn't understand that
Ryan.
because you were just a kid, carrying the weight of
Ryan.
the world,
Please.
and nobody, not even you,
Ryan.
can bear to live that way.
Ryan.
have Dylan with us. Hi, Dylan.
Hello.
How are you? So congratulations on effectively blowing our minds. Is this your first film?
Yeah, it's my first real film. I've made like short ones before, but nothing really to like this.
Yeah. What were you going for with this one? I think of several filmmakers. I think of is it Christopher Nolan? I don't know who are your inspirations in this?
I mean, Christopher Nolan is my favorite filmmaker. If I had to point one out. Yeah, but I mean, really, I had lots of different ideas of things I wanted to make, or places I want to have, and I never really had like an opportunity to sort of make those into reality. So this is sort of me doing that, I'd say.
This seems like a one-man project. Did you get any help, or apart from the other voice, did you do this all by yourself?
Yeah, so it was just me, unfortunately, because I've never acted in anything, and I couldn't really find any other actors, so I sort of had to do it, which I did not like. But other than that, I got my teacher to do a voiceover at school, but other than that, I sort of did the rest. I had a couple family members holding lights, so my thanks goes to them. But
that's cheap labor, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
When they do that. I wanted to actually say your acting is quite good in this.
Really? Oh, thank you very much.
And I mean, and I think the difficult thing is that you obviously are having your character is having a conversation with yourself. And is that, I mean, how challenging was that? Or was that you just let us know the process in that?
I mean, so what I would do was I would basically cut two clips together, and I would make a note of where version 1 of me was standing and where version 2 of me was standing, and like looking the right direction and stuff. And I'd just slice them together and sort of edit it in a way that makes it look like they're having a conversation. But yeah, it was certainly challenging, considering that I don't, consider myself an actor. So it's sort of, for me, it's hard to watch. But yeah.
I understand that. But I would assume, have you shown the film to anyone else, I should ask?
Yeah, I've shown it to my family, and I've shown it to my teachers, but other than that, not really, no.
And the reaction's been pretty good?
Yeah, they've all liked it. Yeah.
I think
a lot of them, yeah.
Yeah, I think what you do, which is really interesting, is that there are some shots, and in the trailer we have the one with the hands approaching each other, and there's the one with multiple visions of you floating in the air.
Oh yeah.
But they're short. They're very quick, and part of us wants those shots to be longer because we want to watch it. But I think you're showing that this is not just a cheap effect. You're doing it for a reason, and you don't want to dwell on it too much. So is that in the editing process? Did you mean to kind of create it this way?
Yeah, I did. I mean, editing those particular shots were quite challenging, considering the amount of time I would actually to put them in my film.
Right.
Because there was just so much work going into like masking everything out and basically, putting them all together. But I didn't really want them to be too long. I wanted to move on with the story. So that's sort of why I did that.
What program did you use for your effects?
I used DaVinci Resolve.
DaVinci.
Yeah, for all my editing. Yeah.
Let me see if does anyone have any questions for Dylan in our house? Yes, back there.
How did you get the effect of him falling out of the sky?
The effect of you falling out of the sky. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah. So that I sat on a stool in my living room. It's very embarrassing if you look at the real footage. And I've got a big light overhead, and I'm sort of kicking my legs up, doing a little bit of an ab workout in the process, and then I mask everything out, and I added little particles in the DaVinci 3D software, and yeah, that's the effect.
You have a pretty good speaking voice, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
So there's a backup plan if the directing doesn't work out. I think you have a very nice sound to you. I wonder, was there another hand up? Yes. How would one get a hold of you if that would be acceptable?
Oh,
Yeah, Steven
well, I guess
Spielberg's here, by the way. I just want to let you know that. So. No, how if someone wanted to reach out to you?
you could email me. Yeah, yeah. You could text me. Depends. Do I give my contacts?
Is there an online site that they can go to?
An online site. I have a YouTube account. It's not very big, but I just that film's on there.
So you can contact us, and then we'll connect through to Dylan through us. So that would be fine. What's your style is so nice. It really is great. And I noticed there's a lot of blue in there. Where did you shoot that? Where are you sitting when you shoot your scenes?
So it depends which scene.
Kind of the opening when you're kind of in,
Yeah. So I shot that in my garage. Over. It's only a 4-second sequence, but it took me 4 days to film. It was very stressful, really, because I just, like I said before, I just absolutely hate acting. So if you see the outtakes, I'm just there screaming at the camera saying, "Oh my God, why am I doing this?" But other than that, I'm in my garage. I've got a smoke machine, and I sort of took a while to set up, and I'm doing a lot of, thinking about the lighting. I'm dimming a lot of lights. I'm putting lights in different places, and yeah. And then I grade it afterwards to be that blue. And I also use film emulation for a lot for my grading process, which I really like.
It's a really nice look, and it's just a full, complete motion picture. Your music's beautiful. Where's that from?
So I have a subscription to a royalty-free thing called Artlist, which has loads of great sound effects and music that you can use and add it in. So I use that.
And how long was this entire process in making this film?
So I made it in the summer. So last summer, and I finished it. I think start of February. So quite a long time. It took me about 2 months to film, get all the different aspects, all the different things, and put them together, and then the rest of it edit.
And
but
I
had
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I had so much data because I shot it with a lot of high quality. I had so much data that my computer crashed every single time I tried to edit it, and it was a whole thing. It added another 2 months onto the.
I hear that, yeah. And one last thing is that I know that you weren't crazy about having to star in your own film, but is there any autobiographical element in the story itself?
No, that's the whole thing, because my brother likes to say there is, because he's called Mac and the brother's called Mark, so he likes to say it's about him, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's about any part of my life. No.
Well, Dylan, thank you so much for sharing with us. I think it's a marvelous film, and you really should be very proud of it. And I think you should be proud of your performance. I think you did a great job.
Thank you very much.
And the audience agrees, right? They're agreeing with me. So, So congratulations. Thanks so much. Best of luck to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, Dylan Koski, everyone. How nice was that? Just a great film. So let's continue. We're going to have a film by Ethan Lee. And the subject is a town in Korea, or Seoul, actually, and part of it. And the film will describe it all. Guryong Village, the last shanty town of Seoul, by Ethan Lee. So we'll talk to Ethan after this film. Here it is.
In Seoul, South Korea, behind the dazzling skyline lies a reality many choose not to see. Guryong Village, just minutes away from the most expensive area in the country, is not a relic of the past. It is a home, a life for its residents.
I grew up in Seoul, right here in Gangnam, for my whole life. I thought I knew the city. And yet, I had never heard of this village just 10 minutes away. As I researched the topic, I kept hearing people say, They're just there for the compensation. There's no need to feel sorry for them. But we started wondering, who would volunteer to live in a flood-prone shack made of trash for 30 years? Who would willingly raise a family in a place without running water or safety? Only after discovering the village, we started asking the real questions. And to find the answers, we stepped into the village.
구룡마을은 1988년도에 한국에서 서울올림픽이 열렸어요. 서울올림픽 뭐 다 아실 수도 있겠지만 서울올림픽 열리면서 그 근처에 살던 저소득층들민들이 뒤로 보이지 않는 곳으로 밀려나서 저기 정착을 하게 된 곳이 거긴데
한 몇십 년 됐지. 한 20년 됐지. 근데 여기 사는 사람들이 지금 생활 투정하냐 그러니까. 뭐 줘야 되는데 아무것도 안 주는 거야. 그냥 나가라고만. 그러니까 지금 버티고 있는 거야.
Why has Guryong village remained undeveloped for so long? The reasons are complex. For decades, Guryong was left out of official redevelopment plans. It remained a legal gray area where homes were built from scrap, without gas lines or sewers.
내가 또 병이 들어가지고 한번 쓰러졌었어. 쇼크 받아가지고. 아이고. 그래서 이제 그냥 이제 이사 나가려고 그래 나도. 나가야지 못 살겠는 거야. 어떠한 합리적인 거는 해줘야지.
그러니까 대책은 마련해줘야죠.
정책이 바뀔 때마다 틀려.
집이 사람이 살잖아. 잠도 자고 밥도 해먹고 기둥이 있고 뭐 공작물이라면 이렇게만 쳐주고 돼지나 소나 기르는 거지 뭐 기둥이 있고 뭐 그러냐고 다 전기세 내고 수도세 내고 다 하잖아.
The city and SH Corporation cite safety as a reason for redevelopment. And it's true. In the past 10 years alone, Guryong has seen 12 fires and repeated flooding.
너무 열악해서 어느 집에서 가스불 안 끄고 나갔어요. 그거 원인이 돼서 불이 났는데 100세대가 넘게 탔지. 107세대인가. 그리고 청와대 기동대장 했던 분 아저씨가 돌아가셨잖아.
도시의 빈곤이나 재난 환경 문제가 한꺼번에 노출될 수 있다는 점, 그리고 마지막으로는 젠트리피케이션과 이거에 반대되는 흐름이 동시에 존재하는 지역, 그러니까 그 원주민의 인권이라든지 이런 것과 개발에 대한 계획 수요가 동시에 존재한다는 이런 것들 면에서 좀 특별하다고 볼 수 있죠.
In 2025, after years of stalled negotiations, demolition began. 751 of the 1,107 households accepted compensation and left. The rest, they refused, because they weren't offered housing rights in return.
So the bus you see over here actually used to be someone's house as well. Over here, the numbers written down, they're the unofficial address of the people who lived here.
SH 자체가 그 회사 자체가 서울 시민을 위해서 있는 회사예요. 시청에서 어렵게 사시는 분들을 임대주택을 지어서 들어가서 살 수 있게끔 해주는 게 SH의 본연의 역할이에요.
네. 근데 이 사람들이 지금
여기 살았잖아. 내 땅도 아닌데 와서 그냥 누워가지고 이렇게 지어놓고 내가 살고 있다가 여기 뭐 개발한대 그러면 돈 저기 해줄 거야. 그래서 그걸 돈 받고 또 팔아먹은 사람들도 있고 그렇잖아.
Once the media covered the conflict, those who refused to leave were labeled online as fake residents, just chasing compensation. But when a fight for survival leaves no official record, who gets to decide what's legitimate?
난 특이 아니야. 나는 아파트 달라는 소리가 아니야. 일단은 나가서 공짜도 아니고 우리 수준에 맞게 얼마씩 내고 살으라고 그러면 돼. 근데 그것도 안 해주려고 그래.
주민들은 당연히 본인의 집, 이웃 이런 것들을 지키면서 정체성과 안정성 그리고 생계권을 지켜나가는 것들이 우선이라고 보고, 반면에 정부나 개발자들 같은 경우는 환경 개선이나 경제 활성화, 즉 도시를 어떻게 다시 경쟁력 있게 키워나갈 것인가에 대한 이런 문제를 조금 더 우선적으로 본다고 해서 이 두 면이 상충된다라고 보고요.
The law may have forgotten them, but they've lived and rooted themselves in this land.
이런 데 산다고 해서 열심히 살아가고 막 자식들 가르치고 막 저런 농사지어서 가르치고 다 해서 다 변호사도 내놓고 다 했어요. 이런 데 살아도 다 내 자식 잘 되게 해서 다 열심히 다 살고 하는데 진짜 아이고 뭐 강남 산다고 뭐 자기라면 뭐 인간이고 이런 사람 인간 아니요?
The story of Guyong is not a failure of development. It is a mirror of the city we chose to look away from. I didn't grow up like royalty, but I grew up safe. At least, I never had to choose between dignity and shelter. Guyong isn't the story of a hidden village. It's the story of a village the city chose to hide. And it's not just Seoul's story. It's a question for every place where walls of comfort are built. Who gets left on the other side? It's the story of power and privilege, of those who profit, of those who fight to survive. This isn't just their story. The next chapter is up to us.
All right. We have Ethan with us. Ethan, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Doing great, thank you. This is such an eye-opening film for us. I don't think it's isolated, this situation, to just Seoul and Korea, but you've really just exposed a very complex issue with this, and I want to know tell us a little bit how you came to make this movie.
So like I said in the movie, I wasn't really sure of the existence of this village, even growing up in Seoul as a kid. And actually, I was going on a bus ride, and I had forgotten to get off on a stop, and the last stop of most bus rides, and right next to that village. So I got off at that stop and saw the village. And I was like, "What the heck is this place?" And I started investigating it more, and decided maybe I should communicate this to a more global audience, given that I have like an international background, because I know that gentrification is not just an issue of Korea.
Yeah.
And that's got the inspiration.
How much time did you spend in the village shooting footage?
I've visited the village at least like 5 or 6 times across multiple days, shooting the footage. I think at least 3 to 4 different days.
And how did you connect with your subjects who agreed to be filmed?
So I think we had at least 5 people that we didn't even get to include in the film that we've had some footage from, because some of the stories were just too long to put it into a coherent narrative. But I think when I told them like I'm a student and I really want to get your voices out into the world, a lot of them were very receptive into listening to us.
Did you have any apprehensions going into the village? I don't know if there's any concern with crime or people not accepting you to be in there, if you were seen as a stranger. Were there any concerns like that you had going in?
Yeah, for sure. A lot of people think the village is very dangerous just because of the conceived notion of a shanty town. But I've gone there just with me and my partner, who's also a high schooler, and we've been treated very nicely, very safely, and it was mostly a stereotype of the village.
Yeah. Is there any way you can kind of assess the character of the people who live there from those you talk to?
Yeah, I can't speak for the entire population there, but a lot of them just really wanted to, like, no one wants to live in an environment like that.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty universal, but the only reason why they are choosing to stay and refuse to move to another apartment offered by the government or the company is because that is the only ground, that is the only thing that they have for themselves at that point. And once they give that up, so many precedents in history show how badly they were treated with unequal compensation.
Well, and it costs money to move and live in a different place, and there's that concern. I think one of the things you said, it's a bit nervy for authorities to say that they're moving just for the money when you realize that, I mean, what's in it for them, and it's kind of heartbreaking, really. But I did sense, at least from the people you talked to, there's a resilience, that there's a pretty strong survival instinct that these people, maybe that by the situation you're in, you're forced to have.
Yeah, if you lived there a lot of them lived there for more than 20, 30 years, and the conditions 20, 30 years ago was not any better than the conditions today in that village. And Korea was a pretty well-developed nation even 30 years ago. There has been other options of living, but they chose, and not really chose, they had to live in that environment.
Right.
So I think they developed a sense of community and resilience naturally as they stayed.
And you might have mentioned this in the documentary. What's the population there?
Right now I think they have the population total that they can house, I think, is 800 people.
Okay.
Households, and I think they only have 200 to 300 households left today.
I see. Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 18.
You're not a 42-year-old sociology professor from Harvard in disguise?
I'm not.
Okay, because
high school.
Because you're in high school. This is just such an eye-opening, wonderful. I mean, it's such a well-made film. Have you had any training in making films like this, or is this just by trial and error that you figured this out?
Oh, very trial and error. I think I'm glad that, unlike the films that were screened before in this festival today, I wasn't an actor that had to, kind of make sure I had to look well and like have the background set up and everything.
Yeah,
I was
right.
just filming what it was for the sake of it. And I can tell you, the editing and the filming, it was very rough for me. It was first time for me,
Yeah.
all of this.
You pulled off your shots. They look great.
Oh, thank you.
They do, yeah. Let me see if anyone has questions in the house. Anyone? Nothing? Is this the first time this issue has been brought up in Korea? How long has this been discussed?
So the initial redevelopment plans of the village has been there for over a decade now, but it never came into realization because of the complexity of the issue and because the people aren't willing to move out and there's not enough compensation, and it's the whole politics thing. And I believe in an international standpoint, this is the first like international documentary made for an international audience. But actually, I think less than a few days ago, the New York Times posted an article about this village. So I mean, it's getting into mainstream media. This is pretty prominent issue.
Send it to them. Send it to them. They
I
should
will,
see
yes.
it. As a filmmaker, and this is kind of it's a hot button topic. I think you do a great job at this. How much do you decide to editorialize? At what point do you say, I don't want to make these strong opinions, or do you let the film speak for itself, or how do you decide what kind of persuasion you want to have?
So obviously, a film should have a coherent like narrative, regardless of like how objective you want it to be. Like it's got to have some message in it.
Right.
But I think it should be open to interpretation to the readers, to the viewers. But the thing is, my partner and I really disagreed heavily on many topics on what to put in, what not to put
Right.
in.
Yeah.
I think we had to go with honestly what we believed represented the residents in the fullest like possible manner. Because I can be honest to you, the residents aren't completely innocent. They are technically breaking a law, but at the same time, there is a lot of things that go beyond the law and the situations that force them to break that. So I think I really try to convey that through their lived experiences and something that goes beyond just looking at numbers and papers.
Yeah. Well, like I said, every big city has some kind of issue, and so this is their kind of burden, I think, in a way. What's next for you? This is a great achievement. How are you gonna follow up with this?
So I actually go to school in New Jersey. Today I go to high school in New Jersey, and New Jersey is also one of the most heavily gentrified state in the United States. So I was actually working with a lot of housing advocacy organizations, and I was trying to shoot a film for their organizations, highlighting their clients and trying to present that to a local and a state level through my filmmaking.
So, how do you define yourself? Are you a filmmaker? Are you a sociologist? How do you define yourself?
I think filmmaking is one of my main mediums to express how I view the world and what I want to highlight, the problems I want to highlight in this world. And I think through my experience making this film, I've learned the effectiveness and the power of it, and I'm willing to pursue that even further.
You are so well spoken. It puts my 18-year-old self to shame. I could never have said anything like that. I just thank you so much for sharing this really important film. I really hope it does reach a wide audience because it deserves to be seen. And I mean it. Share it with as many people as you can. I think it's a beautiful job, and best of luck to you, Ethan. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. All right. These are so good, aren't they? They're just so good. And it's going to continue. We have nothing but great movies to show you. So let's move on. And we have an animation film next. It's called Illumination, from a filmmaker, an animator, an artist, a writer, everything, Charlotte Anthony. And it's 4 minutes long, but you're going to love it. So we'll talk to Charlotte after we watch Illumination. Animation. Charlotte's with us. Charlotte, hello.
Hi. It's good
How
to be
are
here.
you?
I'm good. How are you?
Your bio reads like a seasoned professional.
Thank you.
How did you get all this attention? This is fantastic.
I really like to put myself out there. I submit my work to a whole bunch of different festivals and programs, and I'm very grateful that some of them have liked my work.
Amazing. Tell us how you animated this, first of all. How did you draw the images?
So I started out with making a bunch of storyboards to sort of map out this is sort of like the writing process for me, where I sort of map out how I want everything to look and what the story I want to tell. And then I go into rough animation where I do sort of very rough movements of how I want everything to look. And then I clean that up and I add color and lighting and I really bring it to life. And then once I'm done with that, then I do editing and I add music and sound design to really bring it to life.
So in essence, it sounds like you're kind of making a live action film, but it ends up being animated instead.
Yeah, in a way, it's sort of a similar process.
Right.
of action.
So it's you take there's this sigh, a breath of fascination when the cat starts to go into different paintings, and were you emulating artists, or were you just trying to come up with different styles when you started doing that?
Sort of a mix of both. I've always really loved art history and studying different eras of art. So a lot of the artworks were inspired by existing artists, but a lot of them were also just sort of my own creations as well. It was a mix of both.
It's so beautiful. Was it I don't know, maybe it wasn't that hard. Was it hard to change the cat's look every time it jumped into a new painting?
Yeah, it was really interesting because you wanted it to sort of look consistent between the different frames, but it also, because it's in a different style, it moves a little differently and the animation looks a little different. So that was a little bit challenging to do, but it was very fun.
What inspired the story?
It was sort of inspired, like I've been creating arts and storytelling for my whole life, and it's sort of inspired by the process of sort of rediscovering over and over why you create art and what is sort of the why behind the stories that you tell.
And I like the idea that it's a little girl who sparks the creativity.
Yeah.
In the whole piece. It's just lovely, and I like that it doesn't, you don't rush through it. You take your time with it. She you see her eyes kind of move across the wall of paintings, and are you conscious of that kind of that pace when you make something like this?
Yeah, I like to do a lot of sort of exposition in my work and really sort of get people acclimated a little bit with sort of the scene and sort of take it all in before getting into the story a little bit. So
yeah, it's so pretty. Let me see if anyone has any questions in the audience. Anyone? Yeah. Yeah, he was saying that he loves in animation when you do something that you can only do in animation.
yeah, that's the magic of animating. You can do so many, you can sort of defy reality a little bit.
How long have you been animating?
I think around 4 or 5 years. I think because I'm 18 now, and I started when I think I was around 13.
Does it get easier?
Yes and no. I think I get more ambitious the more I animate. So I take on like larger tasks and larger projects. So I sort of make it more challenging for myself, but you do it becomes a little bit more intuitive over time. Like it seems very insurmountable when you first start creating animations, but then sort of as you create more of them, you realize that it's possible and you can do it.
What I like about it too is that we get a sense of, through this piece, we don't know you, but we get a sense of who you kind of are.
That's what I hope for in my work. My pieces are all very personal to me. They do feel like a little piece of
that's
myself.
really nice. So what do you see for yourself in the future? Is it, because I know, do you also do illustration? Do you do just still art of any kind, or?
Yeah, I do a lot of different mediums. I've done animation, I've done a little bit of live action, I've done documentary filmmaking, I also do visual art. So I'm really interested in honestly exploring a whole bunch of different fields within filmmaking in the future and trying to sort of combine some of them as well.
you have a lot of options, a lot of paths. Are you working on another piece right now?
A little bit, yeah. I've worked on a couple of sort of shorter projects in the past couple of months, but yeah.
And now the big question is, have you started making money off your art?
A little bit. I have an online art business that I make where I sell some artwork that I create. I've also won a couple of scholarships for filmmaking as well.
Wow.
So a little bit, yeah.
How can people see more of your stuff?
I have a website. It's just my name, charlotteanthony.com, which is sort of the center of all of the work that I do.
Well, thank you for making this. It's just a lovely piece, and it just puts us in this little peaceful sort of space, and I just love that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Charlotte. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. What a lovely piece. The next piece, well, it's there are parts that you might want to. There's some stuff that you might want to. It's a scary film, and it does get kind of a little bit intense. So just want to let you know for anyone who might be sensitive to that kind of stuff. It is by Isaiah Sapadi and Oscar Smith from Australia. They're online waiting to talk to us. Don't be fooled by the title. It's called The Bunny. Let's watch it, and we'll talk to them. Thanks.
I'm not a murderer. Murderers are sick, vile beings. I'm merely a servant to a greater power. Hello, little girl. What's your name?
Lily.
Lily.
What's up?
Nothing much, just chilling. You want to go do something?
Like what?
I don't know. Mess around?
Yeah. Alright. Where should we meet up?
Just come down to my house, I guess.
Okay.
Wait. Your dad's cool with you going out?
Probably. Why?
Well, you know how your dad gets around Easter.
Yeah, but I don't think he cares as long as I'm back before it starts getting dark.
Alright, that's cool then. Just text me when you leave.
Okay. I will. Who would have done this?
I don't know. Could have been the Easter Bunny. What's that?
A note.
How many times do I have to tell you, Johnny? How many times? Do you know how many of these f***ing things I've seen today?
I know, Dad. I've seen them too.
I've already lost Lily. And your mum. I don't want to lose you too. I'm gonna sell the house. Get inside. Get in! What are you doing, man? We've talked about it.
What did Thomas say?
Oh no! The Easter Bunny! The Easter Bunny's out here and he's touching me! Johnny, help!
What now?
Go knock on the door or something. Now!
Are you sure? Braxton!
Ow, what the f?
He's hungry.
Holy No! Oh.
Hello, Johnny.
Who the hell are you?
I'm the Easter Bunny.
What do you want?
Oh, nothing from you. Though I think I have something you might want from me.
What? It was you. Why?
I had to.
Why?
It made me.
What did?
The bunny. My ancestors, they weren't the first. Long before us, thousands of years ago, they found the creature. An ancient beast, wild and untamable. They somehow chained it, fed it, kept it silent, passing down the secret from one generation to the next. But those days are gone. I wasn't there. I only found the creature. And I woke it up. Stirred the darkness that was meant to sleep forever. I learned how to lure them in the children. My ancestors told me they are the perfect offering. All I know is I must feed it or it will feed on everything else.
Why'd you bring them back?
I believe it's keeping her alive.
She's alive?
I can't be certain, but I use this body as I used the collectors before him. But he will be the last. Now I hunt alone.
Okay, we have our filmmakers. No, put it back on for a second.
Okay.
Adorable. All right,
Oh,
you can
man.
take it off now. Is this the kind of movie that all Australian teenagers make, or is it just you two, demented souls?
I think it's just us. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You know what? It's one thing to make a horror movie. It's another thing to make a very well-made, well-constructed horror movie, and I think you guys nailed it.
Thank you so much.
It's so beautifully shot. How tell us about your process. What did you use to make this film?
We used a Sony FX3 cinema line camera, so pretty expensive. Yeah, we had it rigged up because obviously the battery life on it is not the best, so
Yeah.
we had a small rig battery attached to it. Yeah, we only use a 24 to 70mm lens, but that worked out really well for us.
There's a lot of night footage. Was that challenging to do, because it is hard to shoot dark scenes?
Very.
Yeah, it's definitely hard because you have to set up lighting for it, and that was a real challenge. We're still trying to learn and figure that out as we go.
We had very harsh lighting in some of those night scenes, I think. Yeah.
So give us a story origin. How did this happen? How did this come about?
Oh, looking at Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy and looking at all that kind of stuff, we kind of just wanted to take like a well-known childhood character and kind of twist it into something scary. Because the Easter Bunny, when you think about it,
You think of joy.
yeah, think of
Right, yeah.
cute little bunny.
Cute, fluffy little creature. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't think about the part where a big bunny breaks into your house and drops chocolate everywhere. So we wanted to kind of dive into that element of it and get a little bit creepy.
I think I should let you know that about 15 years ago, this is part of I'm waiting for the trilogy to finish. We had a film called Santa's Revenge.
Wow.
So we had a murdering Santa. Now we have a murdering Easter Bunny. I don't know what's next, but something to think about. Have you made horror movies before? You do a beautiful job building your tension and suspense.
Yeah, thank you. We've made one other like horror short film that was called Two-Face. We didn't really do much with it. We just put it on YouTube. But that was a film about doppelgangers. We didn't have too much story with it though, so we kind of, after making that, we wanted to kind of develop a bit more of like a plot for something. And when we landed on the idea of like using the Easter Bunny as a horror character, all that kind of just came out, I think.
Yeah. Who are your actors?
We have Ronan Bergen.
Ronan Bergen is the main actor.
Yep. we had some of our friends. So we had Ramon Bartuccio and we had
Jordan Rain.
Yeah, and they played the two bullies in the scene where they're chucking eggs at the house.
Yeah.
We casted for Lily. We casted a girl called Frankie for Lily. But we worked closely with people we knew. We only did casting networks for like a few of the main characters.
The main antagonist, the Bunny Man, I met him at a film festival, right? And we got a connection, and then he like, what do you call it? I saw his acting capabilities, and we're like, oh my god, this is gonna be perfect.
Yeah.
You know, fit this guy, this random ass guy I met.
Is that his voice that in the film?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Woo, that's intense. So
we did some work
again, the gentleman who plays the Easter Bunny, his son was in our film festival 9 years ago.
Yeah, we heard that.
With
That's
a movie
amazing.
called Journey. You kind of connected us with that, and it took Best in Show, and it's a really cool film. So that's a nice little connection right there. Have you? What's it like working together? I mean, I've never collaborated before. Is it easy? Is it difficult? Do you get into arguments? You still seem to be friends.
Yeah, we got into like probably one or two small ones, but we
worked through them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we've made so many short films in the past that we've just kind of got used to kind of having like a like minds. So we go into the projects knowing exactly what we want and we get the most out of it. It kind of helps having two people because someone's doing this while someone's doing that, and we just both know exactly what we're doing. So
Yeah, you're a real team. And you wrote it together as well, right?
yeah, we did. We wrote it together. All that pre-production stuff, all post-production.
Pretty much everything. We edited it together.
Did you have a budget for this film?
We're just
Mostly the costume. We split money for the costume because that was a little bit expensive. But after we did that, we chucked all sorts of like paint and blood over it to make it look better. So yeah, money well spent. I think a lot of the post production stuff though, that was just that wasn't really a budget. We just made it work out. Made it work out magic.
And of course, everyone wants to know about the kill scene. Easy to do? Was it challenging to do? I mean, it's effective. You have that thing going on.
Oh yeah. That was definitely a little bit hard.
Especially the effects were hard as well, but also like getting it in action because we had a retractable fake knife.
Yeah, fake retractable knife.
And the Bunny Man was wearing the mask and he couldn't really see where he was stabbing. And
yeah, so we had to direct like a lot. Like I think we did like probably like 15 takes redirecting him. Like we were like, no, you got to be like closer to this way. And sometimes he'll be off center and looking over there while he's doing it. So yeah.
Thank God it retracted.
Yeah.
Let me see if anyone has a question. We have just time for a quick question. Does anyone have anything? Did I see a hand there? No? Yes. Quick comment, nicely done tension.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate that. His dad did a lot of. We used Splice for a lot of the kind of add like the atmosphere and stuff, like a lot of the sound stuff. Yeah, and then the end credits. That music at the end was all his dad that worked that. So yeah.
So there's some really dark humor in this. There really is. So my question is, are you going to continue to be horror film directors, or do you want to try different genres?
I really want to get into drama.
Yeah, we've been trying to do that for a bit. We've never really landed on that, but I think also more than that, a lot more like action and crime, that kind of area. So yeah, a lot of serious stuff, I guess. Still.
Well, you're both fantastically talented, and we'd love to see more films from you. And thank you. It's early morning, I think, Sunday for you in Australia.
Yeah.
So thank you for getting up to talk to us. And great job. Really loved it. Thanks, guys. Isaiah and Oscar, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
The Bunny. Was anyone scared? Yeah, a little creeped out? Okay. Yeah, it's intense. It's a great film. Let's move on. This is another nonfiction film. This is called A Place, One Life by Dan Job. He lives in Vancouver, but it's a fascinating look at a life in I believe it's in, I want to say Shanghai, but yeah, it is in Shanghai. So let's take a look and then we'll talk to Dan afterwards. A Place, One Life.
叫吴有宝，口天吴，吴有宝。我今年73岁。我以前是79年从江西回来，后来就到上海有一个叫上海云林化工厂去干活了，后来就是一直干到退休。
Hello。
我呢是84年搬到这里来的。我以前住在普陀区，因为单位里面就是说我家里呢住房条件不好，后来就是说呢单位里面就给我解决我的住房问题。这个113号，它一个号码里面有30几户人家。我这个房子平米是这样的，比如说下面一间6.3平米，楼上一间呢是11.5平米，两个房间加起来是17.8平米。我真正老家是浙江的，但是我生在上海的，而且我们从江西回来待了9年，70年去来，79年回来，因为当时我们是从插队落户回来以后，你没有选择。
是上山下乡吗？
对，上山下乡，最大的感受是，你在农村去过以后，你什么苦都能吃，什么活都能干。最大的感受是这样，而且忍耐性特别好，心理强大，碰到挫折哈没事，无非从头再来。爱好就是说呢，这个缺陷呢，我是比如说很小的时候，5、6岁、7、8岁，人家大人玩去，我要钻到里面看。就陪我一生，为那个蛐蛐，它要里面吃啊喝啊，它肯定排泄屙出来。我用这个纸放在里面呢，就省了好多事情了。
好多罐子啊！
3户人家呢，一个厨房，肯定是。
所以是3个以前是合用一个厨房对吗？
合用对的，它这个面积是0.8平米吧。
小朋友调休，家里走不开嘛，就是星期天小朋友上，后面5月11号还有。
每天晚上喝一杯。
你想要怎么样养老？
就在这里度过余生吧。
哦。
用养老院。我这个人比较也不是新潮哈，岁数大以后肯定各种毛病来了，各种毛病来以后呢，我跟我小孩也说过了，小病自己看，我不插管子，所以我有时在网上我经常呼吁就说要安乐死。
Okay. Place One Life. We're with Dan. Hi,
Hello.
Dan. How are you?
I'm good. How
Dan.
about you?
It's nice to talk to you. And again, this is a wonderful film. How did you meet this gentleman, and how did you end up filming his story?
I actually before this film, I did another film at the same place. So during that film, I was like just because it's my first time there, I decided to do a overview of like the whole place. Um, and I was lucky enough to like meet him, and uh that time he is very like talkative, so I think um he will make a good interviewee. And yeah, so the next time I decided to make a film, I just went straight to him.
So you met him first, and you thought that he would be an interesting subject for a film.
Yeah.
Wow. And when you approached him to make this movie, how did he respond?
He at first is a bit like kind of reluctant because people don't like putting themselves on the internet by other people or getting filmed at first he was like thinking that he can't take this job, but afterwards, after some convincing, he is fine with it, so yeah.
I think your style is really interesting because you don't narrate, you don't say much in this film. Was that your intention, that we didn't want to see or hear you? It was all about him.
Yeah, so it's more, I would say, objective. So basically, we mostly just ask questions, and when I'm editing, I just cut the questions out.
Right. And it's an interesting movie because those of us who live very differently than he does, it's a very small home, and he shares a kitchen with other families, and but to him, it's his home, and he seems to be very happy with it.
Yeah, because he has lived there for his entire life, and I believe he has kind of gotten attached to the place.
He has gotten attached to it. Yeah, it seems so. He seemed like a very nice man. Was he easy to talk to? Did he open up to you quite quickly?
Yeah, he is very kind and very easy to talk to because yeah.
How long were you shooting? How long were you with him?
Around 1 week.
1 week. Wow. How much footage did you shoot?
Around 1T, I believe.
Which is how long would that be? How many hours? How many?
I think the total unedited footage is around I'm not sure because it's like different separate. I would assume it's around 2 to 3 hours.
2 to 3 hours, and you have to take those 2 to 3 hours and shrink them down to just 4 minutes. How difficult is that?
Actually, it's really hard to do, and actually for my first cut, it's like 17 minutes, and I have to shrink it down really much, which is like extremely hard to do.
Did you have help cutting it down, or did you decide to just go yourself and do that?
I have a teacher who like assisted me on some technical stuff, and but I did most of the editing, and also the editing it down is we did a timeline, so we basically just think about what should go first because he has a lot of important interview information, and it's really hard to select the few that are most important to us.
I'm sure there was a lot of stuff you wanted to use, but you eventually decided to cut from the film. I mean, was there footage?
It's really hard to get.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get. Okay.
Has he seen the movie?
It's fine. Go.
Oh, you're cutting out a little bit. Let me ask you.
We invited him to view to like. Oh, sorry. Wait.
Are we there?
Okay. Is this better?
Yeah, you're good. I can
Yes.
hear you now. Yeah. Has he seen it?
Yes, we invited him to view the screening, and he is very happy how the film turned out.
That's great. Let me see if we have any questions in the audience. Does anyone have any questions for Dan? Okay. So you live in Vancouver, is that correct?
Yeah, I used to live in Shanghai, but we moved here around 2 years ago.
I see. And I'm sorry if I have to ask this, but what language does he speak?
He speaks Mandarin.
Mandarin. And do you also speak Mandarin, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was easy. You didn't need a translator and all that. Well, Dan, thank you so much for letting us show this movie. It's really wonderful, and it just shows us a different life in a different place. But it's a nice. It seems to be kind of a peaceful reflection, and we're really happy to be able to show this. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye. Thanks. We're like getting a travelogue out of this tonight, isn't it? We're going all over the world. It's so beautiful. So let's go back to the U.S. in Maryland, where Gavin Lampasoni has made a film called "Is There Such a Thing?" Short film. We'll talk about it afterwards. Here we go.
I was walking to school the other day and I noticed it was still warm in October. This type of thing I notice more often, I feel. I read that Hurricane Melissa was the worst hurricane of the last 200 years. In class the other day, my teacher told us about how we have missed the window to stay below a 1.5 degree increase in temperature by 2050. I asked her why we had missed the window. She simply said we weren't doing enough, which I guess is enough to answer the question. But why aren't we doing enough? I think it's human will. You know what makes the moon landing so amazing to me? The moon is 240,000 miles away from the Earth. With that distance, you could fit all the other planets in between the Earth and the moon. And from 1969 to 1972, we sent 12 men there. Such an amazing feat of human will, and yet, we haven't been back. I mean, all the solutions to climate change are right in front of us, so why don't we do anything about it? Insufficient political will. We think too much in the short term. We can do so many amazing things if we want to, but we only do what we choose to. I understand that climate change is getting out of control, but is there really such a thing as a last chance? 2050, I'll be 42 years old, maybe with some kids. Some people think we should jump ship and move to Mars. Some have even come up with a plan for it. But my question is, if we have the power to terraform Mars into Earth, doesn't that mean we have the power to terraform Earth back into Earth? I don't know. I guess I could be wrong. This is all just my speculation. But for our sake, I hope it's true.
All right, Gavin's film, Is There Such a Thing? And it happens with the internet. We had a connection with Gavin and we lost it. We lost Gavin to the internet. We hope he's okay, so we won't be able to talk to him. My main question is the use of the French cafe music, which I really love. I guess we'll never know, but it's a nice little story that he tells, and I think he did a great job with it. So let's move on to our next film. It is called Where We Left Off. And this is going to be really fun. Hunter, I think this is his third time in the festival. His first year, he was might have been an 8th grader. He was in our junior fest, and he made his own little horror movie. And it's amazing how much he has matured as a filmmaker over the years. And you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. So this is Where We Left Off by Hunter Nicholas.
I can't wait to go to college with you.
Yeah, me too. I'm really excited.
It's like we've been dreaming about this forever since we were kids.
Hey, how are you?
Hey Viv, you can come on in. Grant should be home soon.
Viv? Viv?
Why didn't you tell me you didn't get in? How long were you gonna keep this from me, Grant? Till after we moved out? Oh, 'cause that's in less than 5 months.
Look, Viv, I'm sorry, okay? I was scared.
Scared? You found this out months ago.
I needed time to figure things out. I didn't want to ruin everything before I had a chance to fix it.
Fix it? You think this is about fixing it? You lied to me, Grant, for weeks.
I just haven't been in the right headspace lately.
Oh, you mean drinking every day with your drunk-ass friends? Wow, sounds like our future really mattered to you, huh?
Hey, you think I wanted this? I've been losing my mind trying to figure it out.
Figure it out? Figure it out? Okay, so tell me, when were you gonna plan on telling me, Grant?
I didn't know what to do, god damn it! I knew you'd freak out like you always do, like the whole world revolves around you.
What the hell is wrong with you?
What do you mean, what the hell's wrong with me? What's wrong with you?
We built everything around this! Around us!
Don't you think I know that?
Yeah, well, maybe I was stupid to believe in a future with someone who can't even be honest with me.
Viv.
I can't do this right now.
Miss Jackson? What?
17-year-old Grant Jackson is presumed dead from drowning after disappearing at Silverthorne River, officials say American police.
Hey kid, you okay?
I need to call Viv.
All right. Where we left off. Hunter, are you there?
Hey, thank you for having me.
Wow. Well, it's been a while since we last talked, and
It has.
it's been a while since your first film, Haunted for Life.
I know it's amazing, like just to see the progress I've came from the first film, which was
that you shot by yourself and did all by yourself at the time.
yeah, all on my iPhone.
On your iPhone. This is really an achievement. I mean,
Thank
it's
you.
just absolutely a beautiful film. Did you start out acting, right? Doing some
Yeah.
commercial work, right?
Yeah, I started out acting when I was 8, and from there, when I turned 13, that's when I transitioned to behind the camera, and got inspiration, or it was inspired to do that.
So I'm curious, what inspired you to kind of, I mean, and you're still acting, you're still terrific at it, but the talent behind the camera is just unbelievable. How did that all come about, that you wanted to start making movies in addition to just being in them?
So ever since I was little, I've always been fascinated with cameras, and from being on set, from acting, I always saw, the cinematographer working the camera, and I was always fascinated about that. And then I was the actor on set, always asking questions about like, oh, what does that do? What's your job? And when I was 13, I picked up the camera, started making mini movies, and then made Haunted for Life.
Right.
And then from there, I just one foot in front of the other.
One foot in front of the other. And you are so confident with your shot composition. There's not a wasted shot. Did you cut this film down to fit the 10-minute time slot, or is this the original cut?
This was the original cut.
All right, so you got it in 10 minutes. So there's not a wasted shot. Every shot is so well done.
Thank you.
And just little shots like the camera alongside the car moving.
Mhm.
How did you mount that? How did you do that?
I use a $80 mount called a Declan's suction cup car mount. $80, get on Amazon. And I had my Blackmagic 4K pocket, so it can hold about 10 pounds, I'm guessing. Maybe don't do 20. But.
Okay. Did you have a budget for this film?
So with lenses and flight, it was about $2,000.
Wow. Yeah, you put down some pretty good coin for this thing.
Yeah.
No kidding. I completely left my mind what I was going. Oh, I'll tell you. It's become so transparent. This is the great thing about a good soundtrack, is you forget you're hearing it and you're listening to it, and it's so effective. How did you find the music? How did you make it match so well? Tell us a little bit about that.
So my friend Mac Roth, he's a composer, and he lives out in Texas, and he did all the music for it.
Whoa! So original music for the film.
Yeah. He did an amazing job. He helped the film so much. during the car scene, that music was inspired by a song by A$AP Rocky called Level, one of my favorite rappers. So just took inspiration from other artists and we put it into this movie.
Wow, what good fortune to know somebody who. So did he have a rough cut to look at when he composed?
Yes. So I was actually editing the film as he was working on it. So he was working on it in the beginning as I was finishing the end.
So you're a terrific cameraman. I want to ask you about, because you're in the film, you're acting, and there are two actors in this film. Do you see yourself as an actor's director, or do you just rely on the talent that's on the screen? And what are the challenges of directing yourself in a movie?
I'd say the challenges of directing myself in a movie would be you're not really seeing the screen as you're acting, but the benefit is like you know the script, you know the movie that you're doing, you know what you want to portray.
Yeah.
So that really helps the acting.
Did you shoot multiple takes of most scenes just to make sure you got safety out of it? You were safe with the shots? Yeah, absolutely.
I overshot a little bit just for safety, and then in editing, that's when I laid it all out, and then I made sure like the timing was exactly how I wanted it with like all the shots and that. Editing is a big factor in my process. As I'm shooting, I'm always thinking about the edit, and a lot of the times everything changes in the edit.
It does. Yeah, the story's in the cut, they say. Yeah, the story's in the cut. And I think one of the things you do, I think it's a really important shot, is that right before you go in the water, you know, you see the shoes come off, you know, and you hold on that shot of the clothes by the water, and you don't cut away from it. We don't see you do anything. And I'm just kind of curious as to what made you think that would be effective.
Two things I go by when editing is, and for filmmaking in general, is the quietness and subtlety is the most effective. And then with filmmaking in general, for me, it's a gut feeling. When I'm editing, I go back and forth, and whichever my gut says is the best, I go with that.
What's your favorite part of the process in all this?
The cinematography.
Cinematography. And I think it's the most challenging, too, to get a great shot, because a lot of times you only get one chance, and if it doesn't look good, you know, it affects the whole film, and every shot looks good. And
that's when your gut comes in handy, because you could be thinking about like, oh, I could do that shot, but you just have to, and I'm getting better at it too. You just have to settle with like, I'm gonna go with this one, and be confident with your choice.
Yeah, lay off the Coors, by the way. Just want to let you know that there was a lot of beer in that film. So, let me see if the audience has anything to ask Hunter. Anyone? Trying to see? Yeah, did I see a hand go up? No. Yeah, right over there. You can teach a lot of people in what you do with your experience level already. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
What's next for you?
I'm currently editing my new short film. It's called The Hard Way Home. It's based on a true story. It's about a boy who was growing up through divorce, and when he meets his dad's new family, throughout the years, his whole perspective on life changes. And that will be done in the next month.
In the next month.
And it'll be my longest film. It'll be about 15 minutes.
About 15 minutes. Are you in it as well?
Yes, I am in it.
Yeah.
It's a true story about my friend Porter, and I play his brother in the film.
Yeah.
But it's not as big of a part. So I got more time behind the camera, thankfully, because it was about a 15-person crew.
I wish, I was thinking about pulling footage from your first film here from about 4 or 5 years ago. I did not, so don't worry.
I mean, you could have. It would have been cool to see like the progress.
It's really fun. Then you had another great film in between, but it's so great talking to you and just seeing how you've developed and seriously, what a great eye you have in terms of as being a director, and you're always a good actor, so that's a good thing to have as well. So, great job, Hunter. Really
Thank
great.
you.
Great. Thanks so much. Thank you. We have one movie left. It is called Facade. It is a short animated film by Sam. Is this Slovic? Slowick. All right, let's take a look, and we'll talk to Sam right after that. Here we are. Facade.
Do you wish you could wake up and wash the ugly from your face? Now you can! Come down to Fake a Face, where we have thousands of faces to cover up your ugly and give you a perfect face. Why look like you when you can look like everyone else? Stop in today to get full access to our new Dino Adventure Room. Souvenir photos of your new face included.
So Sam is from Brookfield, Wisconsin, which is not that far away. So he's here. Come on up, Sam. Here you go. Have a seat.
Thank you.
I love this movie. It's so good. And I think what we want to let people know that every shot is a photograph that you took.
Yeah.
So it's not like there's no computer-generated graphics or anything like that. You took a raw picture of your characters, and you just kept doing that until the end.
Yeah.
How many photographs?
2,700.
There has to be an easier way to do this.
There's easier ways to do it, but it won't give a better product.
It won't get a better product. It's so good. Is this a method that other people have done? How did you decide to do it this way?
So stop motion, I've done for like my whole life, since like 3rd or 4th grade. So it's something I've continued getting better at, and it's something that I can keep getting better at. And I've done other short, like 3-minute films with Lego and stop motion. So I guess that's how I decided I was going to do Lego, because I always have. And
have you done stop motion with other items besides Lego, or are you stuck to Lego?
I've stuck to Lego, but
Okay.
I have action figures and articulated also articulated figures that
Sure.
that act more like humans that
Okay.
are more realistic. But I haven't worked with them much.
So growing up, I was a big fan of Ray Harryhausen.
I don't know who that is.
So you want to look up? He was one of the original guys he was a mentor of the man who made the film King Kong from 1933, I think, and he's done a lot of cool like Sinbad movies, but they're like claymation type animation. It's very cool stuff. It's tell me how you came up with the story.
My dad and I mostly bounce ideas off of
Oh,
each
is that
other.
right? Oh, cool. Okay.
So it started with something with using a mask, because I kind of want to my other film had interchanged faces, so the faces were changing a bunch. So I was thinking what if you use a mask to cover a face that you can change, but the mask is
Wipe off the ugly from your face.
And it evolved into sort of a idea of how people online are almost always putting out the best pictures of themselves. and
Absolutely.
It's almost a mask of who they really are.
Oh, fascinating. Yeah.
So he tries to get that mask to cover up who he really is, but he just ends up being happy with himself in the end.
Yeah, it's a nice little story that has a great little ending. Did the masks? Did you get those or did you create those?
I think they're just copyright free, cartoon.
Oh, is
face
that right?
images.
So you just kind of made them and then glued them on, all that stuff.
They were just printed
Yeah.
out on paper.
What did you find the hardest part of doing in this kind of method of using photographs? Because it's hard to go back when you make a mistake, isn't it?
Unless it's a static shot where the camera doesn't move, it's pretty hard to go back. When he first enters the store, and then it has the shot of the back of him, and then it goes to his face. I
Right.
actually messed up that shot, so I improvised. I was like, "What if I just turn the camera to his face?" Because the initial shot wasn't long enough, and the people in the background were moving, so I couldn't just have the still picture there. Otherwise, it would look cheap almost.
So a couple things there. You're not just moving your central figure. You're moving the characters behind it. So you're creating a scene. And are you moving your camera as well as your subjects while you're doing this?
So for when he's walking down the store, I had a whole set, so I had 2 base plates, which is I don't know how big they are, probably a foot long.
Sure.
And I built the set around that, and then I had him just walking across it, and I moved my camera with him as he walked.
How long did it take you to do this?
I don't have a actual time, but I think I started building the sets and getting the idea, and then it took 3 months to
3 months
build
to
the sets
shoot.
and animate and then edit as
It,
well.
it has to be a labor of love, because was there at some point you're thinking why am I doing this? No, not at all. You didn't give up, huh? Was it fun? I mean, did you really enjoy it?
Yeah, I love animation. It's super tedious, but it's
It is tedious, yeah.
In the end, it gives a great product.
Right, and this is all you. I mean, no one's helping you.
Besides for my dad,
Except for your dad, you bounce ideas off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if I did that with my dad, he would just sort of stared at me like, "You're nuts. What is wrong with you?" Let me see if we have any questions. Do we have any questions for Sam? Yeah.
So I use Dragon Frame, it's a stop motion program, and I hooked a Canon camera up to it, and then I have a Bluetooth keypad, and you just press the button and it takes the picture. And then you can set the frame rate. So this was either 15 or 16. I think it was 15 frames a second. And
Wow, that's quite a bit.
And then you just press play and it plays the images in order.
Wow. Is there one point where you finally say, I'm done, it's a finished product, or do you just keep tweaking it and you have to tell yourself to stop?
For the walking scene, that took the most time. I had to redo it probably 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And I would get halfway through, and then I would play it back, and I'm like, this isn't good enough.
Right.
And it's super hard to do that because he's not connected to the floor besides for a little bit of sticky tack, and you don't want that showing.
Yeah.
It's easier for him to walk on the studs that the Legos go on.
Right.
But for that one, I I did it like 3 or 4 times. I was like, this looks good, and then I used that.
Right. Well, this is what an achievement. It's so cool. Thank you so much, and thanks for coming down. And it's Sam Slowick.
Yeah.
Great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, have a seat because you got to vote. This is it, everyone online and everyone here. It is our audience award time, and we're going to show, I think we have a QR code. Do we? Yes, we do. This is your opportunity to vote for your favorite film. And we are going to add them up, add up the tally, add up the votes, and we are going to award $100 to the best film according to our audience. So let's can we take the lights a little bit for our audience? Does anybody need a ballot? Or are we all doing it on phones? A ballot right over there? A ballot down here? And while you're voting, I just want to let you know that this has been our 19th annual festival, as I mentioned before. Next year is our 20th. This started in 2007 with an email inspired by a young, I want to say it was Jay, were you in 7th grade? 8th grade? He's still here. He's still here. He wrote an email to our village manager saying that because Schaumburg is a festive town, it should have its own film festival. And now 20 years later, we are a film festival, and it's been going great. We've showed hundreds of films from all over the world. I think this is one of the strongest events that we've had. The quality of the films keeps going up. We had 100 submissions this year, so you only saw a fraction of them, which means it becomes that much more difficult for these films to get accepted into the festival. And because we are a small festival, unlike other large, there are some festivals in New York. We were talking about one in Milwaukee. Out in the West Coast, there are festivals. They have the budget and resources to show a lot more movies. We don't. But the people who make those great movies who are in those big festivals send them to us. So we get the best of the best of the best to show for this event. And that's why it's so special. And what it'll just love doing is showing documentaries, comedies, horror movies, animated films, experimental films. We do it all. We have a panel of 15 judges who vote independently. They watch the movies on their own. They do that. As much as I'd like to butt in and tell them what to vote on and what to award, I don't. I just get in touch with them and see what they decide will be the best film. So it is as objective a selection process and a jurying process as possible. We are so proud of this, and we're so happy that the Village of Schaumburg, like I said, I used to work here. I retired last year, but they invited me to come back to keep doing it, and I will keep doing it until they keep asking me back, I hope. Right? Tiana, will I come back? All right. I'm on this thin a string. I can look at it change anytime, but I love doing it. It's just such a special event, and I can't think of many municipalities that would just sponsor something like this, to put on a film festival. And then to let us, and it is required that we talk to all of our filmmakers. They have to be present either here in person, like Sam and Austin were, or they have to connect with us with Zoom. We did lose a connection today. We couldn't do anything about it, but we do insist if they say up front they won't be able to participate, we won't be able to show their film, nor will they be qualified for an award. So we're tough. We are tough. So let me see how the voting process. This is going to be very casual, I should say. Are we done yet? It is award time, folks. We have a lot to give out. We got money to give out, and I do have the audience award. And it is this award is the this is your choice. This is what you picked. It's worth $100, and it goes to Illumination, Charlotte Anthony. Charlotte, are you there? Let's see if she is. Charlotte!
Yes, I am.
See if you get that shot. You are an Audience Award winner. There's her certificate for $100.
Thank you so
Congratulations. And of course, every award winner has to give an acceptance speech. So, go. Give your acceptance speech.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored to receive this award. I wish I could be there in person to fully witness the festival, but I'm so glad that I'm here online, and it's been really amazing to watch all the films. So thank you so much for this award. I really appreciate it.
Great. Thank you
for
so
everyone
much.
who voted for me.
Congratulations. And stick around. We got more awards to give out. We'll see what happens. So that was our Audience Award. Thank you. Congratulations. Let's go on to, wait a minute. Is Charlotte there? Let's see. I'm not going to give every award to Charlotte, but she does win achievement in writing. So come on back on, Charlotte. Hey, here's another one for you. This is the achievement in writing, and I think it's great to say that, you know, writing doesn't have to be dialogue. It's all about storytelling, and you do it so beautifully. So this is worth $100. It is achievement in writing, and you better make up something else to say now.
Thank you so much. It's really cool to be recognized for writing, because I do a lot of, I put a lot of thought into the writing and the storytelling that I do in my films. So thank you so much.
Okay, so far you got $200, okay?
Wow.
All right, so here's how we are. Thank you, congratulations. I'm gonna put this here. Let's move on to our achievement in production values. This is also worth $100. I'm gonna have trophies all over the place here. And the winner is Where We Left Off, Hunter Nicholas. Hunter, are you there?
Thank you.
All right, Hunter. There's achievement in production values. This is worth $100. And go with your acceptance speech. Let's hear it.
Thank you so much. I would like to say thank you to my parents, everyone who has supported me. And some inspiration, I'd say, you know, it's about enjoying the journey rather than the final destination. And like, if you're dealing with pressure, which I deal with that or like, if you put pressure on yourself, you know, please don't do that, and just enjoy the journey, enjoy like the failures, enjoy especially the good times, and just use that towards your work.
Great. Thank you so much, Hunter. Congratulations. I'm going to put this here. I've got awards all over the place. So let's move on to our third place winner. This is worth $100. And the winner of our third place is Illumination. One more time. Charlotte, you took third place in our festival. Congratulations. Are you getting tired of winning?
Thank you so much. Oh my God. Thank you.
And this is your last one, so make it good.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone who supported me on all of my artwork and my filmmaking. Oh my God, this is really amazing. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, that totals you up to $300. Great job. You earned every bit of it. I'm so happy for you. So best of luck to you and congratulations. Thanks. All right. We have second place. I've just got so much here. How much is this one worth? Is it $250? I hope I'm right on this. But at any rate, second place goes to, I think it's a $250 award. And I'm so glad he drove all the way here from Brookfield, Wisconsin. Sam, congratulations. Facade is our winner. Come on up. And let me give you the red mic here. All right, you get to hold that and talk to the audience. And let me turn that on, make sure it's on. All right, there you go.
Thank you, everybody, for coming, and thank you, my family, for supporting me. Yeah, thank you.
All right, congratulations. Great job. We'll talk to you later. Stick around. So I got a box for you and everything like that. All right, it's time for our first prize winner, our Best in Show. It is a $500 award, and it goes to, is that person on? Where We Left Off by Hunter Nicholas. Hunter, are you there?
Wow. Thank you so much.
All right. It's been a long journey with you with us here.
Yes.
I think, am I right? You took Best in Show with the Junior Fest as well.
Yes, I did. Yeah,
I think you did. Yeah. So this would be your second, now third award with us. But this one's a lot bigger and it comes with a lot more money. So
that's amazing.
Congratulations! I can't think of anyone else who deserves this more than you. So let's hear your final speech.
Well, thank you so much. Going to be using this towards camera equipment, but for the film, I like to thank Sophia Xavier, Mac Roth, and Giuseppe De Lecce for all their hard work on this film.
All right, great job. Best of luck to you. It's been great talking to you all these years,
thank you.
And much continued success.
Thank you so much.
All right. That's it. We're done. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for our YouTube audience. Thank you for you audience, live audience, for coming in. I had a great time. We'll see you next year for number 20. Thank you. I'm out.